Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. Today is Friday, and on Fridays I do my cover challenge where I ask you and the community at large to show some of your best covers related to a particular theme. Last week's theme was first cover appearance. Not necessarily their first character appearance, but first cover appearance of a character. So that was the challenge. I actually did 2 weeks in a row of that challenge because there were so many great ones that I found. And the winner, I always do a poll, and the winner from last week was Torchy #1, which is the first cover appearance of Torchy. She actually appeared earlier in Dollman #8, but this was her first cover appearance. So there's Torchy, looking all pretty, and just a sailor kind of looking at her. So great cover. That was the one that was chosen as the best of the 10 that I showed. And you can check out that one by looking at the hashtag second appearance covers or something like that. Or first cover appearance, sorry. Now this challenge is actually kind of a sad one in a way, but I kind of want to make it a bit of a celebration. So this is a bit of a spotlight plus the cover challenge, if that makes sense. I kind of wanted to, a couple of the people that follow my channel informed me that Lily Renee had passed. If you're not familiar with Lily Renee, well, you're going to be by the end of this video. So Lily Renee was just a brilliant artist, considered to be one of the first female artists in comics. She started out in the Golden Age. She actually got her start at Fiction House. Now, what happened is in around 1942, a lot of the male artists were getting called overseas. They were getting enlisted and they had to leave. So Fiction House didn't want to go out of business. So what it did is it got female artists to replace the male artists that had left. And Lily Renee was one of these artists that it picked up. Actually, it's interesting. Her story is kind of, she was Austrian born. And she actually fled Austria when, during the Nazi era. She got trained in England and then moved to the US and started working at Fiction House. So that's a little bit of her synopsis. She was born in 1921 and died on August 24th, 2022. So just recently passed, as I was saying. Fiction House, she like, the weird thing about Lily Renee, she didn't just do the art. She did a lot of great art, but she didn't just do the art. She actually did some of the stories as well. She actually wrote some of the stories, and she would always use like a really interesting like a pen name so that she could pretend to be a guy, so people would take her stories more seriously, maybe. And it was F.E. Lincoln was the name of her pen name. Even her name, Lily Renee, is not her real name. Her real name is Lily Renee Phillips. She used the Renee just because, it just had a better ring to it, I guess, in terms of for the writing, for the art, I should say. So yeah, so some of the books that Fiction House is associated with were Wings, Planet Comics, Rangers, and Fight Comics, which she did all the art for, did art for. She's most associated to, and this will be the first comic on the cover challenge, this character, and this is Senorita Rio. And this is actually a Nick Cardy creation. But Lily Renee did the artwork for this cover. And after a while, her style and her artwork for this character and her writing as well kind of made her very associated to this character. So this is one of the characters that she's most commonly known for. So this is a Lily Renee cover. And you'll see like L. Renee in the corner there. So this is kind of a cool one. This is Fight 41, or 47, sorry, Fight 47. That's the first comic on the cover challenge. And basically the theme of the cover challenge, just as an aside, is female artists in general. So best covers that were done by a female artist. So there's a bunch that I wanted to bring. I just couldn't find them. Like I had a big list. Like here's my list: Sotomaki, Jenny Frison, Joelle Jones, Sana Takeda, and then Kei Zama, Becky Kulin, Rose Besh, Peach Momoko, Fiona Staples. So I created a big long list of all these great female artists. I'm going to show you a few samples from the ones that I found. I actually have others, but it was just too painful to try to find it. I was like, I have no idea where I put those comics. But yeah, those are some of the ones that I will be showing. But as I said, the theme is female artists, and I'm going to show 7 other female artists in this top 10, and I'm going to show a little bit more Renee as well. So just quickly to finish the synopsis of Lily Renee, she in 1948, her husband and her left Fiction House, and they went to work for St. John's Publishing. St. John's Publishing is produced things like Abbott and Costello, and Teenage Romances, and Teenage Diary Secrets, which she did the artwork for. And, you know, she had a pretty great run there. But then she left comics altogether in 1955 because the golden age had ended, and she was one of the ones that kind of lost out on that. But she did do stuff, you know, I think she illustrated some children's books, and she did some play as well, dark drama kind of thing. And she actually did a book later on about her life and her experiences. And in 2007, she was actually invited to the Comic Con International, and she was given their Hall of Fame award. So that's the synopsis of Lily Renee, and I'm going to now get into more of the comics. So here's the ones that made the list. I'm going to show first some other artists that are not Lily Renee, but have great covers. So this one just came out recently. This is a Sotomaki, and she's now doing all the cover Bs for Catwoman. It used to be Jenny Frison, but now it's Sotomaki. So this is a really great Sotomaki. And yeah, Catwoman 46. The next artist is, I've got to remember her name. Oh yes, Joelle Jones. What am I thinking? Joelle Jones. This is Catwoman #1. Just really great Catwoman cover with all the cats and stuff. And Catwoman, very interesting kind of excuse me, version of Catwoman. Okay, so that was, I don't know, I really like that one, actually. That's one of my favorite from that beginning of the run, before Jenny Frison started really taking it over. Then we got Alice Ever After. This is Jenny Frison's artwork. I always like this cover. I kind of like the elaborate style of this one, and the sort of that 19th century, early 20th century look. So I don't know, I really like this. So this is Alice Ever After #1, and that is Jenny Frison. And my friend Mark, who really likes this artist, so I figured I had to have this on my list. This is Becky Cloonan, and this is her artwork, I should say. This is Wonder Woman number 779, and it's the B cover for that. It's really kind of cool how it's almost like the magic lasso, or her lasso, is almost like neon lights. It's kind of interesting, I think. So I kind of like that one. And that's number 5 on my list, or that's the 5th one on my list, I should say. So number 6. Number 5 is Peach Momoko, and this is one of my, like, I'm not a big fan of Peach Momoko, but she, every so often, she has really great covers. and I really like this one. So this is Cherry Pop-Tart, the Legacy Edition, #1. It's just like basically a reprint of Cherry Pop-Tart, but it's with this really cool cover. I just really like, it's like a bit of a Japanese style, even though Cherry Pop-Tart is totally not Japanese style, but I just thought this was a great cover. So this is Peach Momoko and Cherry Pop-Tart. This one's kind of an interesting one. This is ElfQuest #1, and it has the artwork of Wendy Pinney. And this actually got a signed copy of it. And it's just a really great one because, it's a husband and wife team. It's kind of got this, it really kind of encapsulates for me the whole Dungeons and Dragons elf kind of style, and ElfQuest in general does that. So I really like this one. ElfQuest #1. So this is Fantasy Quarterly #1, which is the first appearance of ElfQuest as well. But it's just a really great Wendy Pinney cover. And next on my list is Sana Takeda. Okay, because I know in Japanese it's always vowel consonant, so I'm trying to pronounce it like sort of more the Japanese style. And this is Mantras #1, and just really, I really like, as I said, I like more of the complicated art, so I find this one very, very detailed, and I really enjoy it. I like just the way her robe is done and everything. So this is really great artwork, and she did like most of the covers for this series. So and they're all like really great style like this, very similar. And just I even like the stuff going on in the background. I'm not sure if you can see all that, but it's really just a really great cover. So I really like her artwork, very impressive. And now I'll show you my last two. And we got Abbott and Costello. I mentioned this was one of the ones that she did at Fiction House. Not Fiction House, but St. John's, I should say. And it's just such a great cover. Good girl art, crazy cover. I just really like it. His head's getting bitten by the lion, and she's showing lots of leg and very dominatrix-like. I just think it's really great. So this is Lily Renee's Abbott and Costello. I forgot the number. #4. #4. So this is a really great one. And last but not least, Planet Comics, #39. This is another Lily Renee. And this is my favorite from the list. I just always like this cover. I think it's my favorite, one of my favorite Planet comics, actually. Just a really great cover. I like the fact that she just looks so imposing. And she's this spider woman that's got the spider web with all the people stuck in it and the people in the bubble. And I think I just really like this cover. So this is my #1 choice. And this is Planet Comics #39 from Lily Renee. And it's just a really great book altogether. So those were my top 10 female artist covers. And if you want to participate in this challenge, it's very simple. All you do is use the hashtag Friday Comic Challenge and Friday Cover Challenge. Got to get right. I always mess it up. I don't know why. Friday Cover Challenge, or why do I always mess it up? Friday Challenge, or Cover Challenge. Yeah, Friday Cover Challenge. Yeah, that's right. Okay, and then the other hashtag will be female artists cover. Female artists cover. That will be the second hashtag that you can use. If you use both of those in the title, everyone that's following these challenges will get to see your videos, and it'll be sort of a community event that we can all participate in. So I hope you participate. Just make a little video, put it up, use the hashtags, and then we can all have some fun looking at each other's comics and favorite covers that feature female artists. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you check out some of the female artists that I mentioned in the video, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.